Right. Anyway, sorry about that. I'm just fiddling around with settings. This is a nightmare to balance audio-wise. But we're starting a new game. We're not going with this guy. He's too smart. Or this guy. He's too strong. Or this guy. He's too... he's actually too stupid. No. The person we are playing as is our own man. That's right. We are a psyche genius and good with motorics. But notably, with a signature in shivers, which means that we are slightly better at physique, or rather we can put more points into physique, which I would say is overall a good thing, because you need endurance to not die. I love that we've got high volition and Inland Empire and suggestion and esprit de corps and authority. And you know what? Who needs drama? Who needs encyclopedia? Who needs logic or visual calculus if you're trying to analyse a crime scene? No. What's important is that we are in tune with the world, we're composed, we're full of flair, we're quick, and we're nimble. And with that, it's time to begin. I've tried out a new noise suppression thing on one of the filters on OBS, so I'm hoping it cleans up my audio, because my audio has been historically terrible.
There is nothing, only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.
Never, ever, ever?
Never, ever, ever, baby. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
This is great.
Yes, it is.
Give me some more.
You got it, sweet brother. Nothing upon nothing upon nothing.
I like nothing.
I know you do, baby. I know.
How about you cough up some more of that sweet oblivion?
Coming right up,
okay,
sir.
right.
Smooth passage.
But I wasn't going to say it. Allons-y, let's go!
Alright, nothing town to fuck all borough.
A return trip to the silence, please.
Do you want me to upgrade that to a one-way trip, sir?
Don't stop. Keep singing. Sing me the song of death.
The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man-meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
You can take it. You're a champion.
Hey, Felician, I thought I was voicing you. Right, I might have to turn that off, because the whole shtick here was that I would be... basically, the characters are voiced, but I would be doing our innermost thoughts. I think that'd be cool. Anyway. Mother, help me. There's a head attached to my neck, and I'm in it. Stop. I don't want to hear anything more about this sensation. Take me back to the formless, disembodied nothing. No, I am not scared. I'm a champion. Yeah, those are our options. How would our guy react? I think he'd react like this.
A stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Help! Someone cut my head off. It's trying to murder the rest of me. Who am I? What sort of creature does this to their own mouth? Again.
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Oh, here we are. Yes, this is us. This is our main character. He wakes up naked, well, almost naked, on the floor of his room. This magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty. Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. This reel-to-reel tape player is still on, rolling empty. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Oh, nice. Okay, that's good to know. Stumble into the bathroom. Oh, a thought! Words fail to describe how rank it smells in here. I should have sent a poet. You see bottles in the bathtub. Wine, beer, and sweet liqueurs. That's our shirt, I believe. White satin shirt. So this gives us a boost to conceptualization and a decrease to suggestion. Clothes basically give you stat buffs. It's a cool little thing. It's not that important. But it would be good to wear clothes, you know? Like we are now. Do we get to... Right, yeah. This white satin shirt used to be fancy. It used to really catch the light. Now it smells like someone took a piss in the armpits. Unsavory odor, Christ. I think this is our jacket. Disco-ass blazer. Looks like someone skinned this blazer off some long-extinct disco animal. There's an enigmatic white rectangle on the back, and the right sleeve. Good to know. Now this here, this is a ceiling fan.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
I might need this man to shut up. Hang on. I might have to turn him off. I think I might have to switch to classic, where it's just us talking. Otherwise, I'm just basically not... Oh yeah, well, we want psychological, don't we? God's sake. Sorry. Right, that's better. Inland Empire, what does this guy sound like? Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck, so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world. Obviously, all the inner voices actually sound like that guy, the guy who did the abolition before and now the ceiling fan, which is fine, but it's not what this guy's internal monologue sounds like. It's just not. Right, this is the first check of the game. So, we have to roll a 10 to grab the tie. We have 4 base, which means we have to roll a 6. Or is it... Whatever. Yeah, the point is we have to roll a 6 or more, which is quite likely. And as you can see, if you roll a 12, you always pass the check, regardless of how unlikely it is. And if you roll a 2, you always fail, which means you will never, no matter how high your stats are, you will never succeed at everything you want to, and you will never fail, necessarily, at anything you need to. Uh-oh. You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. Doom comes over you. Grab your chest. And we die. You feel something in your chest. An unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw. I'm guessing this is bad. I'm sure it's just heartburn. Oh God! No. It's many years of combined self-neglect and self-abuse. Try to remain conscious. All you feel is pain and weakness. You have to surrender now. We all do. It gets so dark. You don't even see her face like you always thought you would. You only see pain and fear. And we lost. We lost the game, unfortunately. Yeah, so if you don't have high enough endurance, you could literally have a heart attack trying to reach your tie and die. Die immediately. A detective lieutenant of the RCM passed away yesterday. His death, though abrupt, did not come as a surprise to those who knew him. He was the heaviest drinker I'd ever met. Captain Ptolemy Price, a deceased superior officer, commented. That ain't easy on the ticker. He loved his liquor, sure, said Detective Chester McLean, friend and colleague. But I think before he ever had a heart attack, his heart was broken. According to an official statement given by the RCM, the officer was on the brink of solving a murder case. Oh, man! Right, so as you can see, big L for us. And unfortunately we didn't auto-save, which is funny. So we do have to start again. This is how you're intended to experience a game. Like, this is what most people go through the first time they play this game. Because they think, yeah, I can grab the tie. And, you know, we could have grabbed the tie. We got unlucky. Unfortunately, we did suffer a heart attack. And that's probably when you only have one health. Is that the smallest physical impediment that's caused your body to fail completely. I'm going to skip all this stuff, I think, if I can. I'm just going to breeze through it because we already know what's happening. I'm just going to press 1 for everything. It doesn't affect anything if we say something different, so... Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Okay. I'm a champion. Good. I wonder what that noise is again. I think you have an idea. Oh, there are our trousers, which we didn't see the first time. Right. This time we started standing up. Maybe because we said we were a champion, and champions don't lie on the floor. I'm honestly not sure. I'm going to save here, though. Just quick save. Because I can't be doing with any more dying at the fan, you know? Is there a switch to turn the fan off? That might make things easier. Ooh, empty cassette case. Might be useful. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Let's put our trousers on first. That seems like an important step. Flare cut trousers. Nice. Ties. Tied around the crotch. These golden brown trousers are flare cut. Normal bell-bottom trousers with the boot cut, but these are far from normal. They're someone's piss-stoked, cum-stained party pants. Ours. We assume. You heard a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. Fish them out. It says, whirling in rags on the aluminium key ring. They actually use aluminium. Good stuff. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door. Okay, now we know how to get out. Is there a switch to pull here? Oh, a shoe. Not just one shoe. A pair of shoes. Well, we hope. Maybe only one shoe. Yeah, only one shoe. Someone's talking down there. This green crocodile leather shoe has a high heel and chrome embellishments. It fits your left foot perfectly. Now all that remains is to find the other shoe. Right, let's put our jacket on. For the love of God, we cannot lose to the fan a second time. It would be too embarrassing. Yep, okay, we're suiting up. Well, in some sense. Smells bad. Bathtub full of bottles. Shirt on the rail. Okay, we are dressed up. I'm gonna quick save now. I really don't fancy going through everything again. I think we should be fine this time. I mean, we almost passed it. We rolled just too low, and if we fail now, I am just gonna reset because we've already. Oh right, because of the thing, I should probably take it off. But hang on. Oh, well there you go. That that probably would have helped, wouldn't it? The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. Hooray! You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap! It's released from the blade. Warning! Warning! The necktie is no longer contained. What you have in your hand is a fantastically colourful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. Do not remind you of a noose. Pull on the light bulb. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. Pull again to turn the lights off. I don't fancy that. I do not fancy dying again. Okay, we have the tie on. +1 Inland Empire. No drawback. The necktie is adorned with a garish pattern. It's disturbingly vivid. Somehow you feel as if it would be wrong to ever take it off. It's your friend now. You'll betray it if you change it for some boring scarf. Yes. Well, more on that later. For now, let's go to the bathroom mirror. And then also inspect that broken glass over there. At the moment, this is what we look like. We don't know what we look like. We have some sense of our facial features. But other than that, a mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. Really? Nothing? Wipe the mirror. No way, I'm not doing this. So we can choose to never realize what we look like, which is cool. Definitely a cool choice. I think what we would do, I think we would probably wipe the mirror. As you slowly reach your hand toward the surface of the mirror. Abort! You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you will see there. And you will never unbecome it. I don't care. Maybe I should touch it first, make sure there's nothing wrong with my face. Better not to know. So this is an easy check. This is our imagination telling us we don't want to figure out what we look like. Which is cool. It's cool that some checks can lead you to do bad things. Or change the way you think, basically. That's what this is. It's a bunch of different systems connecting to each other to make you think in a different way. Depending on what stats you're good and bad at and what choices you make. It's really complicated and it's incredibly immersive once you're in. Anyway. I don't care, still wipe the mirror. Maybe I should touch it first. Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with this. How bad could it be? Where do we even begin? There's the bloatingness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. I'm sure everything's fine. It's not. Your nose feels like a balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. Doesn't appear to be a particularly small nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you. At least my tongue is okay. It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers. Oh, I'm scared. I want to stop doing this. Don't be scared. It's only your face. It's not like anyone is going to see it. Wipe the mirror now. Behold! You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Dear Lord, help me. What is this? Of course I do. It's, is it some kind of superstar? I think I'm a superstar. This is the face of a late-stage alcoholic. What is this? Whatever it is, at least it's dead now. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Or, wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? I'm not making it. The face is making it itself. I have no idea why it's there. It just is. Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. Challenging success. Christ. You couldn't stop if you wanted to. It's neurological. Okay. Try to stop. No. Keep making a face. Actually, I'm not sure I can stop. Oh my god, you can't stop! Like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? Superstardom. God, I don't know. It's indescribable. I think it's supposed to look suggestive. I'm afraid it's meant for the ladies. I'm insinuating that I'm vaguely sympathetic. I think I'm sort of pulling it off too, in a sad has-been kind of way. There is some charm to it. It's an expression of pain. Now, which of these do you think? I think he would understand intrinsically, our man, what's going on here. Which one of these do you think it is? I'm going to go out on a limb and say, yeah, you are correct. Encyclopedia, formidable. Dig deep into your mind to locate the source of the expression. We will never do this, but we might as well try. It's a white check, which means we can retry it. Ah, bad luck. Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now. Very low. Come on, we can do it. Nah. It's too late. Like an image on film, the expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it. At least we're smiling. At least we're smiling. Ay, ay, ay. And now we know what we look like. We look like that. We look like that. Hey, let's inspect the broken glass. I can't see any problems with that. Being incredibly drunk with the lights off. Bottles on the floor. We might trip. Nah, we're fine. The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean. There's some war-torn buildings. Assess the damage. Even check. We might fail, but who cares? Way! Visual calculus. But I guess he's a robot, or like close to. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. Did I break it with my own hands? A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. What did this then? More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. Wait, what am I doing? Something you've done before. Assess the size of the impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. The single green shoe you found fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force. Congratulations, you smashed a window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to which should be outside your room. Maybe it wasn't me? I should go and get that shoe. I don't need it. I don't need anyone. You mean someone else took your shoe off and smashed the window with it? I should go and get that shoe. A cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold. Did we just level up? No, we just have a task. Sorry. Oh, wait. No, we didn't level up. As you can see, we have 10 out of 100 experience. You only ever need 100 experience to level up, but it's not that easy to come by. So, depending on what we want to level up, my first thing would probably be endurance, just because I don't want to die urgently. But really, I'm open to anything here. As our character changes, we may decide to focus on different things. Anyway, that was a cool little vignette. I'm going to quick save before we step outside. Here we go. Yeah, so this is how the game plays. You're not as drunk as you won't be as drunk as this forever. I promise. That's a radio. I'm not going to voice the radio. I'm sorry. The woman standing there. There's something on the table. Oh, there's nice music playing. They're playing from the radio. It's quite faint, I guess. Oh, we're lagging. But yeah, this game is absolutely gorgeous. Like, every piece of drawn art in this game is incredible. It really... the whirling in rags, the hotel where we're staying. The smell of the sea makes you dizzy. Just listen. You're going to hear this a lot, and it's the defining notes of this game. A gust of briny wind washes over you. What does composure sound like? Well, I guess he sounds like quite upright. There they both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet. How do they fit? Good. They're balanced. Comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told. We healed morale, but we were already at full, so it didn't matter. But just something to register that we did heal morale. We can zoom out a bit and see what we're working with. This is Revachol. Well, you'll find that out later, but here we are. Listen to those horns. Great stuff. Let's inspect the shoes first. Oh, wait, no, we have... Right. There used to be a tape in this case, but it was destroyed in a fit of rage. Something about the Etiana's single smallest church in Saint-Cyenne must have rubbed someone the wrong way. The label says the song was recorded in 43. Did this game take place in the past? Well, we'll see, won't we? Hilarious. They may have lost some of their luster over the years, but these green crocodile leather shoes fit you perfectly. Tell you what, it's a good thing we chose savoir-faire, because otherwise we may never have gotten our tie back. Our wonderful tie. And what a shame that would have been. The calendar says it's March. The year is 51.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28. I guess he's Leighton now. Perception is Leighton. Well, loosely. Officer? Am I military personnel?
No.
She seems perplexed by your question. There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman. Wait, I know, a businessman. Chief Executive Officer, right? The young woman shakes her head, slowly. Okay. Chief Technical Officer?
No. You're a police officer, sir.
She looks you in the eye. You're shitting me!
I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time.
She takes another drag. All this time?
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
And what business is that?
Couldn't say. In truth, so
Aye.
mostly drinking.
Yeah, this is a good idea. This is a good idea. Why don't I remember being a cop or anything else?
Could it be because of the drinking?
She raises an eyebrow. The cigarette sizzles. She hasn't had time to put her makeup on. This is her morning cigarette. She looks tired, her beauty waning faster than it ought to at her age. Who in their right mind would let me be an officer of the law?
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
A glib remark. Don't let it stand. Assert yourself. Actually, I can see why they wouldn't trust me with the law. I have the right character. They let it go. Say nothing. I don't know. Are we like boastful in that way, or assertive? I guess we are. We are high authority.
A fondness for contradictory statements.
No, I thrown my shirt out the window. I deduced this from the direction of the shards. This is your morning cigarette. I deduced this from your lack of makeup. Also, you party a lot. Which was harder, perception or? No, it was perception was harder. I think we should deduce that.
Not as much as you. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to be glib. I'm sure you're very good at your job.
Oh, she pulls on her cigarette. Now, it's nothing bad happens if you do this. If you fail, it's very funny dialogue. If you succeed, I actually don't know because I've never succeeded. So I'm going to click it. Just bear in mind. Oh, Christ. Try the expression. Come on, why are you still doing this? I'm at death's door, bloated, a goner, and still. Does the longing ever stop?
Alcohol raises testosterone levels, especially in men. The levels remain elevated after inebriation ends and the pain begins. You seek comfort. It's only natural.
She says, matter-of-factly. She puts out her cigarette. Now, if you fail that check, what you say is you say something because you can't do it, and you say, "I want to have fuck with you," which is a good game. It's a good game. Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need, the need to ask questions. It's like you said the words a million times before. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes. Before you go, I have some questions for you. What is this place? Where am I?
You're in a hostel, sir.
No, where are we? Where in the world?
We are in Revachol.
Should that mean something to me?
You sure look like you're from Revachol. Revachol parties.
Tell me, is it 51 now?
It's 51.
What century?
The current century?
And that's what? What number?
Centuries don't have numbers. They have names. And this is the current one.
How many centuries have there been then?
Civilization has existed for 8,000 years.
Now, I'm pretty sure you figure this out for yourself if you have any encyclopedia at all, but we don't. It's so funny.
You're right. There is nothing funny about civilization.
Her expression turns serious. She hates civilization. She feels betrayed by it. Your room is almost next to mine. Did you hear anything last night?
There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music.
She shrugs. Did I have any visitors?
I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here.
She nods towards room number 3. Loud disco music?
Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestration prime among them.
She raises an eyebrow, waiting for the name to connect with you.
Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on.
Yeah, we go on all right. Mostly just gets hard, doesn't it?
It would appear so. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped and there was a change of pace.
What happened?
A slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time, you were yelling along to it.
I don't think we put the pieces together for this. What was I singing?
That it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a winded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it.
Then what happened?
Then you started screaming and trashed the place.
Are you sure I wasn't being assaulted?
No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. It sounded like someone was trashing their room. A window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out.
Is there anything else?
There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then. Around 4 or 5. And that was it.
She nods. Okay. You can go now.
Glad to have been of assistance.
Yeah. We're not happy. We are a very sad man. Looks like she left a nice long stub in the ashtray. It's still smoking. We're not going to smoke it, are we? We're not that desperate. This is a weekend edition of the satirical newspaper Trompe le Monde. Fool the world, I guess. Private Eye, France. I don't think it is, but I think it's a fake newspaper that they made up for this game. Who's that? Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Could it be that man standing with his hands behind his back? Why, yes, it could be. What's going on here? Summer door closed for the winter. This is where the lyrics would be. Thanks for saving, game. Big old karaoke mic, just waiting for someone to sing into it. The speaker is connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static. You should totally sing here at karaoke here. The first chance you get, your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know of your vast oceanic soul. My soul is immense. Utterly. And it needs to be heard. through a PA system by other people. What should I sing when it comes to it? You should sing the sad small church song from the tape you found. I thought it was obvious. Of course, they're really going to gauge on my soul with that one. Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic song. Who's laughing now? No one. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed. Finished thought. So, we have what's called, well, a task. This isn't unlocked yet, but I thought I might better thought. Hey, we found our other shoe! Congratulations! This is the menu, I assume. This poor man. The menu has been wiped clean. Only the word Monday is written on it. This is a water cooler. A large bubble is rising to the surface. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, and looks down again. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he's purposefully ignoring you. Something tells me you don't like me,
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
he says without looking up. Being sarcastic.
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body,
Probably should have said the other one.
solve
He's
the
not
murder,
he's not
and
intelligent
not
enough to pick
trash
on
my
that.
hostel room?
Oh my god, I did all those things?
No, you see, actually, you didn't. You haven't done anything even remotely useful since you got here.
What have I been doing then? Have you seen me around?
No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
He looks down again and keeps plucking at the bird. Look at the stuffed bird. A competent work of taxidermy, the white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird has ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. A small engraved steel tag says, "The Great Skua, Stacuraria Skua." Something about it makes you feel bitter. What happened to the bird? That's a great skua, right?
Look, your buddy is over there.
He looks at the doors, where a man in a bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
What do you mean, my buddy? He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead. Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject. You're like a bartender.
That period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter is a bartender, okay? I'm the cafeteria manager.
What's the difference?
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in.
Where did this Sylvie go?
She just, you know.
He shrugs. There's something there, and it's not good. That's all you know for now. Well, that man hates us because we broke his bird. Feels bad. Wait, what's this? Hang on, what is this? The soft purr of an electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. Ooh, Nosafed. That is a health boosting item, which means we won't die if we take health damage now. The door is bolted. A sign reads, "Kitchen reserved for personnel until 1 o'clock." Inside you catch a glimpse of Union paraphernalia. A strike poster, some red pennants. Is that money? We can't get there. A sign reads, "Mess hall reserved for Union members." Doors open, 4 o'clock. This royal pinball machine is unplugged.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
Now, in the old version of this game, which I played for the first time, she had an old English old lady voice, which I much preferred. Alas, she nods towards the man in the orange bomber jacket. Lieutenant, what was it, Kitsuragi? Ah, hello. A fellow traveller, as it were. Bottle of rum has been knocked over. Beautiful dark liquid is spilling out. If you have high electrochemistry, you try and drink that rum. Fun fact. The man is sleeping at the table, wearing mud-caked boots and rolled-down overalls. The back of his shirt reads, "Wild Pines," encircled by a logo with a tree. A colourful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. Makes your fingers itch. I don't know what voice I've got for interfacing, because he can't be a robot like Visual Calculus can, but he is the robot working thing. I guess he sounds like an engineer. On the counter, right out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does. You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen, above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage. It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John. Now, we could do this. It's not a very intelligent thing to do. It's not a very emotionally intelligent thing to do either. But our fingers are itchy. Your fingers find their way into the shackle, flicking open its spring-loaded gate. The metal loop holds a plastic ID and a leather-bound pocketbook. And the man? The man emits a loud snore. Is he about to wake up? Doesn't look like it, but you never know. Better be quick. Are you positive that what you're doing here is proper police conduct? You can still leave and do nothing. Well, now you're faced with a choice. So we have our instincts are telling us to steal the thing and have riffle through, which might be good policemanship, but it's certainly not legal policemanship. So this is the first sort of mini choice. What kind of officer would we like to be? Should we try and make good choices, or should we try and make choices that give us the most advantage? Well, I think we feel pretty guilty about everything, so I think we're going to close the carabiner. The sleeping dock worker has little to say about your actions. He remains silent. You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens. Oh, sorry, there's physical instrument. You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens. This man could probably sleep soundly in a ship's engine room. We'll get more interesting with the voices as it goes on, and I figure out the accents for them and stuff. A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault will launch on this building right now, the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You were sure of this, but why? Because he's a cop, he has an American voice. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangle as on your blazer. Hold on, who is he to me? Shake his hand.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
His grip is firm. You realize he's waiting for your name. This is your chance to come with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. It's so cool! You instinctively ran your hand over your multi-patterned orange tie. The sensation of wrinkled silk somehow makes a name sound even cooler.
More classy! Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau is one classy name, and you're one classy cop.
That's my tie talking. My name is Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Yes, well.
He doesn't even process what you just said. Just moves on.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
You mean him? Yeah, I just talked to him.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Well, obviously we're not going to lie. We're not smart enough to lie. What interviews?
At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
And that is the first bit of shrift Kim gives us. And Kim will give us endless shrift throughout this game. The man is the most forgiving person on the planet.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case.
I haven't.
Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Dead body? I don't like dead bodies. Look, man, yeah. No. completely. Oh Christ! None of these are good. None of these are good at all. Yeah, surprise.
Does that mean the body is no longer in the tree?
No.
So the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days.
Oh, Christ.
We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
What if I told you I'm not really a police officer? How can you be so sure I'm from the police? I can't remember anything. What are we supposed to do again? Let's get going then.
I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern. I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia.
Especially 9 o'clock.
Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
Inspectorate General? You said insignia. These white rectangles, you mean? Point to see. No, that's too much of a logical thought. Just more questions.
Criminal affairs. And I'm not them. I'm from criminal investigation.
Okay, then. What if I told you I'm not really a police officer?
We all feel that way sometimes. There is no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. What remains is that there is a dead body in the tree. Someone has to figure out who put it there. If we don't, no one else will. But first, we have to take it down.
It concludes. Let's get going then.
After you, officer.
Oh dear.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
Wait, shouldn't I have a badge or something?
You mean you don't have a badge?
It wasn't on me when I woke up. I have my badge! I'm a policeman and I have my badge!
Oh, if you didn't have your badge, then that would be very bad. You would need to report it to my shop. But since you do have it, we can go straight to the task at hand.
Oh, Kim. Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him. And we will do plenty of this. But right now, we need to be a cop. So let's run. Double click to run. Yeah. Hey, Gart, how's it going? The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right?
The lieutenant glanced into his little notebook.
You run this place.
Oh, good timing, Kim.
Yes.
He responds tersely.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
He looks at you, realizing he still doesn't know your name. The Harbinger of Ruin. As I said, Detective Raphael Ambrosius Costo. I'm currently in between names. It's a very funny thing to say, objectively speaking. Go for it.
Fantastic.
It's like when you've left your band but you haven't decided on a solo artist name yet.
That's wonderful, really. I think so. But there's a dead body out back. No one wants to work in these conditions. It's been a week.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
He takes a step back.
For a moment, the cafeteria manager fidgets on the lieutenant's gaze. Then he gives in.
I'm not going to use lieutenant. Everyone calls it lieutenant. I know lieutenant is how British people are supposed to say it, but the game just... You just have to say lieutenant after a while.
It took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
He looks behind a pile of coasters, finds a slip of paper, and hands it to the lieutenant. This sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective,
Yes? What? Who, me?
it's your turn.
He takes a respectful little step back. Oh, you mean questions?
Yes, yes. He means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would?
Cafeteria manager is clearly agitated. Again. Where exactly is the body?
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
He points to the kitchen behind him. And how do we get there then?
That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
Does he want you to feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied in his voice. Who killed him?
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
He doesn't know. He just said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is they? There you go.
People are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching.
Who exactly is saying that?
The locals, the customers, the people who eat here. A lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her.
Why would the dock workers lynch this man?
I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
Makes little quotation marks with his fingers. Did you kill him?
What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
I have another question. The lieutenant turns the page in a little notebook he's been scribbling in. Why did Sylvie go away?
She went away because none of your business.
This is the second time you've avoided the subject.
Oh my god, what is your obsession with this Sylvie person? Get over it.
Maybe it's he who's obsessed with this Sylvie person. Certainly sounds like it. That's all.
Let's go.
Woo! 30 experience.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
He points to you. No one is saying the multi-patterned necktie you found tied on the ceiling fan can talk. No one. It must be merely imagination, but...
Let's bail! Time to push the eject button! Sounds like a responsibility! You don't like those!
No, don't listen to him. It's madness. Just talk. What's real? Step away unnoticed. I don't know, you shit. Right, we've got to try. Fuck. Oh, God. One moment you're running like the wind, and you suddenly turn around and giving him the finger. Furiously, with both hands. Why? The lady in the wheelchair is right behind me, isn't she? Why did I do this? Why did I have to use both my hands to... Why both? Fuck you, arsehole!
Watch out!
Harry. Don't ask me why I called him that. Raphael. Everything goes dark. Back so soon. I had an accident. It was no accident. Those were disco moves from your spinal cord. The spinal cord is yet to reveal itself to you. Its mysteries are unholy mysteries. Wow, there's more of you hidden. I'm so cool. I don't know, that just comes up as a lazy effort at reconceptualizing the antics of a shambling drunk. Yeah, I mean, obviously we say this. You are way cool. Cooler than the bottom of the sea. Too cool for this world. I was wrong to let you go. I should have kept you here. Is it bright where you are? Is it terrifying? Have you felt the love? I sure as hell haven't felt no love. It's okay. It's going fine. What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? Are you okay?
I think no is a pretty good answer. Oh, god damn it. No. You have sustained a trauma to your lower neck. In addition, you have strained your left trapezius muscle. Pain surges down your back when you move. No, are you okay?
The chair took the brunt of it. Don't worry.
Are you sure, ma'am?
Yes. Check on him.
Sir, I didn't mean for this to happen. I'm sorry. This has always been a cop-friendly place.
The man seems shaken by the incident.
The drinks are on the house, okay? There were a lot of drinks on the tab. I still have to charge you for 3 nights and the broken window, though.
Oh.
That's 100 square. Not entirely cool. You still owe me 100 real. If you don't have it by tonight, I can't let you back up there.
He points upstairs towards your room.
And for God's sake, watch out for yourself.
Hey, we have to pay him less money now. Let's go. All we had to do was nearly severely injure a disabled woman. Crime does pay. Wait, I'm a police officer. By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank in this place, sure, isn't it? Do I even have one? But you've been in this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. I don't know, near, south, maybe? You don't really know, do you? I don't. Does this mean I'm homeless? South maybe doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. This isn't the right voice for encyclopedia. It's more old and wizened. South maybe doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. There we go. Better. Could I trace the way back somehow? To the exact street, the exact number on a building? I'll live in a dumpster, I don't care. Fuck everything. Hobo cop. Entertain the thought when you get the time. Maybe being a hobo and a cop has its advantages. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we would try and reason out where we're from. So we have the option of internalizing the store once we reach a level up. Temporary research bonus, -1 composure. Sad. It takes 4 hours to think about this long enough to get a new effect from it. It's cool. A cop and a hobo. A hobo cop. Upsides. Can be disheveled. Doesn't have to wash. Carries himself with lurched gusto. Hobo cop doesn't need anyone or anything. No one can kick you out because you don't have a home. Never pay rent again. Never again here. You're drunk. Why did you even come here, Harry? Go home. You're embarrassing yourself. Downsides. Are there any? I mean, seriously, give me one. Well, we don't know the solution to that yet. Oi, oi, oi. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, God. Yes, we have created a hilariously large mess for ourselves. Good that we have Shivers, though. Shivers is definitely a skill I'm going to be pumping because it's just so cool. I don't feel like we should talk to her. Maybe we should just say sorry about everything.
Hello, sweetie.
The elderly woman turns to you with a smile. Wait, who's Sweetie? Does that mean you like me?
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. But dear, you're not for me. I'm too old and too married besides.
She looks off into the distance. Another time and place she might have flirted back, but that ship sailed long ago.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself.
She slaps herself on the forehead.
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Her eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks up, smiling. This Lena is working up for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot. How'd you like to roll with... No, we can't say that. Are you okay? I am very sorry I crashed into you earlier. I don't know what got into me.
Oh, I'm perfectly all right. I'm more worried about you. What was that?
Yeah, what was that? That cafeteria manager is a bad man. A man without honor or compassion. It was like my body had a will of its own. I was running, my torso turned, my hands made this lewd gesture. I'm sorry you had to witness it.
Don't beat yourself up over it too much,
I
dear.
think we'll be saying sorry a lot this game.
When the old fight or flight kicks in. I'm just glad you weren't injured.
I'm not going to ask her for money. I'm sorry, that's a bridge too far. This is also a strange thing to say. You seem to be in a chair.
Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic.
I'm sorry, it was really mean to mention a wheelchair. Let's move on.
That's quite all right. I'm used to people asking questions. I know they're thinking about it anyway.
Just feel immediately feels bad. There is no bitterness in her voice. She accepted the curiosity her condition inspires a long time ago. I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing or anything.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
Her eyes follow your movements with some concern. She won't judge you, no matter what you say. I drank so hard I forgot literally everything. I hope you're right. I hope it's not too bad. Yeah, I'm blowing this whole thing out of proportion. Forget I said anything. Right, I mean, we're going to say this.
Oh my. You know where we are, right?
The Whirling in Rags cafeteria? It was on my keys. We're in Revachol. I don't really know. Some seedy hotel? A war zone at the edge of the world. We're dead. Haunting each other. We're ghosts.
It does still look like that in some parts of the city, doesn't it? We are in a hostel called the Whirling in Rags, dear. And the Whirling itself is in the city of Revachol.
Okay.
Yes, and Revachol?
She examines you. Honestly, I don't know diddly squat about Revachol. What kind of place is this?
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I.
Her grey eyes widen.
I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel.
This is the nicest city on the continent.
World, though it has seen better days.
There's a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost.
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
It's the spring of 51. Sure, it's the year 973. All I know is we are approaching the end times. It's a bad year in my late 40s or 50s. I don't even know how old I am.
There. The year is 51, and spring has only just started. I'm sure there are better days ahead.
She looks flustered, her hand smoothing out the creases in her blanket even as she attempts to reassure you. The lieutenant studies you, rubbing his chin.
I'm beginning to suspect you might indeed be completely adrift in this reality, thinks the lieutenant. How can it be that bad? Never mind, we're in this now.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Some kind of democracy, maybe? I'd like to think it's the dictatorship of the proletariat, but something tells me it's not. Our leaders are fierce warriors who traverse the plains on steeds. Civilization cowers before us. We are governed by intelligent machines that perform calculations to determine the freest market. Everyone hustles and grinds like a badass visionary. Radios are being used to control people's minds and distort our perception of reality, concealing our true masters, foreigners, and women. Cop. We're living under the cop regime. None of these really are good. Well, you wouldn't say this. He's not authoritative enough, even though he is high in authority. I think. I mean, we could do communist answer. This is it's sort of weird enough. It's out there enough. I don't want to say this just for the record. I don't think our guys are. I don't think he's this sort of man. I really don't. I think he's too battered to be hateful.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Nothing like that, dear. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly not one who's horseback.
I don't even know what to say. I'm so disappointed.
It is quite disappointing, yes. A lot of people would like some form of representation. There's talk, but for now, the RCM is all we've got.
There's no government. How come there are cops?
Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
So, how did I do?
You didn't do too well, dear. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality, in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good. What is the revolution you mentioned?
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago.
But I'm a cop. Whatever it was hasn't stopped me.
Of course, sweetie. I really don't know how to explain it better.
I'm just a poor woman, she thinks. What do I know of these things, and how can I help you? Who could tell me more?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
She turns to the lieutenant.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
He looks away.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
That's a good point. This doesn't look like Rich Central. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. I might have to ask. No, I'm not doing that. I've got to get going now.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
She gives you a small wave. What a nice lady. My God. I think we're going to stop after this. We'll just go outside and see the street from the ground level. There it is. Welcome to Roboshell. Oh God, what a fine mess we have got ourselves into. Get a reality lowdown. So we need to figure out what it is to be here. We need to pay the damages. We need to make a call or figure out who made the call. And yeah, we need to call Sylvie. We also need to use their radio to call our own station. Look at the victim's body, which should be just north of here. Oh, and sing karaoke. But first we need a sad song. Well, that will have to wait, I'm afraid. Right now... Yeah. Right now, you've seen... This is what the game is like. I hope you've found it fun. I think it's really... really excellent. I really love this game. Anyway, goodbye for now.